What's good? What's good? What's good out there? How y'all doing? Yeah. It's your boy Jay to the J Jones. Back at you. Another episode. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Another episode of J to the, to the J. Another episode of the J Experiment. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Continue to tune in. Hopefully, I say something that people enjoy. I know I'll say something that you enjoy. So just tune in. Tune in. Why wouldn't you tune in? What are we doing here? Okay, today I just wanted to share because even though probably you may feel like, why is this dude even talking about this? But I'm going to talk about it anyway. But I just was thinking that I probably could share some opinion on something, just to get you to thinking, because we all need to think. And at the end of the day, it's most of the time, these are learning experiences, ways for us to learn, to advance, become better people. Because it's not like we're getting younger. Most of us are just getting older. So as you get older, you're supposed to evolve and change and become a better person and not be the person that you used to be. Because I used to be like completely a terrible person. So as I've grown and just become older, I've become a little wiser, changed for the better. I don't have any regrets because I've learned that what I went through, life is all about decisions. That's what it is. I tell my kids this, I tell anybody that listen, your life is all about the choices you make and the decisions. Point blank. No ifs, ands, and buts. And nobody can make those decisions but you. Even if you think that you're not making a decision, you're making a decision. You choosing to not make a decision. Life is all about choices and decisions. Even if you be like, hey, I'm not gonna make a decision. That's an example. You choosing to not make a decision. So at the end of the day, you choose to do it or don't do it. And I wanted to listen. Let's get right into it. I want to just talk about the verses Jeezy and Young Jeezy versus Gucci Mane, and very hot topic. I mean, all kind of different opinions. People just really going in, and I watched it, and it actually wasn't that bad. My personal opinion, I felt like. I could be biased though because I tend to be a Young Jeezy fan. Just like I'm gonna be honest, the original was Young Jeezy versus T.I. I tend to be more biased towards T.I. I love both of them. They both had a major influence. I love their music. When I first encountered Young Jeezy, it was back in like '03, and I fell in love with his style, just the way he was coming, because I'm from the streets, so I easily just could relate to half of 80-90% of what he was saying. I could relate to. Definitely never had all that type of money, that he was playing with, him and the BMF boys and stuff. I didn't have all that money, but the experiences and the conversation and just all the different stuff they talking about, I could relate to. So I tend to, just groove and just really get into Young Jeezy music. Even to this day, I like Young Jeezy music. But I'm going to be honest. I probably would have picked T.I. I can't imagine why I wouldn't have picked T.I. unless T.I. got on there and just played crazy song. I don't know. Because T.I. is just, when it comes to that situation, definitely I would have just picked T.I. I prefer T.I. But it's hard. It's weird because I like Jeezy. But I like Jeezy 85%. I just happen to like T.I. 90%. But it's like T.I. first, then Jeezy second. So I probably would have picked T.I. unless for I can't imagine why I wouldn't have picked T.I. It would have had to be a reason, but I probably would have picked T.I. So it's the same thing with Jeezy and Gucci. I'm biased towards Jeezy. I just tend to like Jeezy a little better. Gucci is straight. I like Gucci. I ain't got no beef with Gucci. Gucci, he got some hits. I jam the Gucci. But when it comes to just lyrical, just music and all that, I just think Jeezy. So in my opinion, Jeezy won the verses. That's my opinion. I'm not saying it is definite, whatever. I gotta choose. I'm just being honest. I'm telling you, I like Jeezy in the verses. I thought he won. But I like a lot of stuff about Gucci too. I do. Now, my whole point of view, my perspective, my opinion on the whole thing was, it was good for the culture. Jeezy versus Gucci Mane was good for the culture, just to see, you know, with the differences of opinion and all the beef and drama and chaos going on, just to see them just come together and just do something. I was like, okay, boom, yeah, that was good. They did a good job. But I felt like more could have been done, and I felt like some stuff shouldn't have been done or shouldn't have been said or whatever. But you know, whatever. Sometimes, you know, one thing I learned through my little journeys, I'm in the over 40 club too, so you know, I see things a little different than back in the days. But one thing I've learned is good come out of bad. So every time it's something bad happen, I don't necessarily now at that moment it's probably traumatic. It's like you like, oh man, I can't believe this. But it's good come out of bad. A good situation come out of every situation. So even when it's a bad situation, something good come out of it. I may not see it, you may not see it, you may not realize it until later, but it's some good come out of that situation. Something good coming out of every situation. And that's just how I view stuff. And sometimes, you know, it may come off as I don't care, or I got a real nonchalant attitude towards stuff, but that's just the way I see it. You know, good come out of bad situation. Just checking my phone. Phone acting crazy. Somebody always calling. And tax collectors and credit people, and I ain't got no money, so I be swiping. I be pushing decline, because if I sit there and talk to you for 5 minutes, it still ain't gonna change. I still ain't got no damn money. I still can't pay it, so I don't even bother even conversing with them sometimes. Cause I was on the phone with one time, and the people like, they weren't trying to hear nothing. I'm telling you that I ain't got no money. I can't pay you. If I had the money, I'd pay you. Same thing I tell my baby mama, you know, if I had the money, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Anybody that know me know that if I got money, I have no problem sharing it or giving it or whatever. If I got the money, we won't even have a conversation, because I don't care. That money does not mean that much to me. I can have $1 million, and if I got $1 million of debt, I'm going to pay the $1 million off. I'm going to pay it. That's just me. That's just how I am. Because I figure if I got $1 million, I can get another $1 million. So that's just how I look at it, you know. Or at least I'm going to pay a large percentage of it off to where, you know, I just me. If I got it, trust me, you can get it. I don't care, because I figure we can get some more. Only way I won't do it is if you burn that bridge and I just feel like, you know, you just full of it, and shouldn't be no wasting no money on you. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. The whole Jeezy versus Gucci Mane versus battle. It was good. It was good for the culture. And even as a viewer, you know what I'm saying, we all felt the tension. Even on this side, I'm not there. I was not in Magic City strip club, nightclub, whatever. I was not there, but I felt the tension. I was glad that nothing popped off, but I felt like something might pop off. I really, really did. I was like, woo, boy, this thing is serious, because it was just a real serious topic. It just was, you know, that's deep. And at the end of the day, I'm going to sum it all up with, I feel like both of those brothers made progress, and I really appreciated them coming together. I like to thank y'all, give a big shout out to Gucci Mane and Jeezy for putting whatever differences aside and coming together. Now that's just step one. Step two is it's time for them to really like utilize that progress to go forward and help and spread a positive message. Cause like for instance with Gucci Mane, I felt like he shouldn't have crossed certain lines, but he did. Because now one thing I gotta just be 100% honest. I don't know the situation. A lot of people don't know the situation. Nobody knows the situations but the people really involved. Like for instance, we can speculate, but I don't really know if Jeezy sent somebody over there. I don't know that. I don't. I'm automatically assuming that because I'm like, well, you know, that makes sense that, you know, he sent somebody that had to go. He ain't just go on whatever. But they rappers, and rappers, you know, all the rappers I know that really live by the sword, they be dying by the sword. Like, you just don't do that. Because most of the rappers that really be bout that, and really doing that, like for real, they either be in jail or they be dead. Because that's just, you know, at some point, you got to wake up and realize that, hey, this entertainment. I don't care about what you, listen, I don't care what you did in 2000. You could be in the big man, all that. That don't impress me. Because you were in 2020. So I need to know what's going on in 2020. You can sit there and tell me all the war stories about 2000. And I'm going to sit there and listen because it's probably entertaining. But I'm really not going to be impressed. Especially if in 2000 you was the man and now 2020 you broke. I'm like, that don't impress me. I'm not going to be saying, yeah, man, you used to be the man. Like, you know, don't get it twisted. When I seen DMX versus Snoop, I like DMX. But DMX was, you know, it just ain't the same. Because I feel like he broke, strung out on drugs, and, you know, so it's like I don't have that same feeling or respect because I'm like, you used to be the man, but you ain't the man now. And that used to be is cool, but, like, I don't really know how much energy and credit I want to get at to. You used to be. Now, if you LL Cool J or Ice-T or somebody, now, see, that's a different ball game because you used to be the man and you evolve and you still relevant and don't become bigger. So now I'm impressed. Or even like a 50 Cent, you know, you used to be the rap god, now you done went on to new stuff. And now that's what I'm talking about. Puff Daddy, you know, you evolved. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. If you used to be the baddest rapper and you had the platform for a year back in 2000, like, that's cool, but if anything, I need to know what happened to where you fell off and lost it all so I don't do that, or maybe you can help other people don't do that. That's what we at right now. You used to be. I used to be the man. I ain't the man no more, so that shit don't mean nothing. Like, okay. I was locked up with a dude that talking about you used to be. I'm like, bro, you want to impress me? Make a phone call and tell them to let you out. Get out of jail. Stop being locked up. I'll be impressed. Until then, you in here with me, hoping for the best. What are you talking about? I don't care about what you used to be. That don't mean nothing. And I kind of apply that with the Jeezy Gucci situation on the point where I respect what Jeezy said, you know. Hey, man, that was 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. That was a long time ago. You still on that? Like, you still on that way back there? When, you know, I done heard my song, I heard some brothers say some real powerful stuff, you know. Over that period of time, if Gucci really wanted to do something to Jeezy, or if Jeezy really wanted to do something to Gucci, it could have been done. Because I've seen people go out and take people out for way less than that. Or just put more money and it happen. It's some people out there that's really about that lifestyle who you don't even know exists, who not doing it, don't even want nobody to know that's what they do. You get them 10, 20, 15, 30 grand and it's official. Once you open that door, ain't no turning back. You want them gone? 30 grand? Give me 30 grand. They out of there. All you do is look at the old mob stories and you have people who really about that and you won't even know it. They're not going to be on social media sharing their experience. They're not going to be, you know, doing none of that. Whoever you paid them to go get just going to end up dead because that's what they do. And they about that. And they don't want nobody to know because they good at their jobs. The CIA, the United States government, all these different governments, they got people who will get rid of you. And you got people on the streets who don't even work for the government who the same way. You want somebody gone? I'll go get rid of them. Because once you open that door, it's official. Give me 30 grand. They ass out of there. Give me 10 grand, 15, 20. And you talking about people who got money. So if either one of them really wanted the other to be gone, I'm almost 100% sure that they be gone. So after such a long period of time, certain doors and certain situations never should have occurred. Should have been open. Conversations shouldn't have been had because you had plenty of time to take care of that. And you can talk all that junk about security and man, listen, it's some people out there. If you want them dead, it's some people out there that'll get rid of them. That's what they do. Straight up. Ain't all that, none of that, you know. Why you think they got AR-15s and 306s and 30-30s and sniper rifles and like, come on, man. And it ain't like nobody can't get them guns. People got them guns. If they can shoot you, somebody shoot you from down the street if they really want to get rid of you. If they really want to get rid of you, they shoot you from down the street. And nobody know. All they know was, I heard a gunshot and boom, he fell. Now the investigators, they get there and be like, well, he shot from that direction and all that, but your ass out of there. Because that's what they do. So certain things shouldn't happen. And I don't think that Gucci Mane gets a pass. He don't get no pass from me holding on to all that and then bringing it back up. I don't see the point of it. Now, you can't measure a person's emotions. You can't measure how he feel. Because now I'm going to be honest. At the same time, in the same sentence, if somebody paid somebody to come and do something to me and I spoil the situation and came out on top or whatever, you know, I'd probably be feeling a certain way too, you know. But I will say this, if I was going to do something, I probably would have done did it. It wouldn't be no 15, 20 years later, you know. I mean, at some point, like, we over that. You over that. You just in denial. Now, I do think that Gucci Mane was affected by it, positive and negative. I think he was affected positively because if it wasn't for the situation, I don't think that he would have become who he is today. I know for a fact he wouldn't have. All the stuff Gucci Mane been through is what got him to where he is today. Now, he says that he's, you know, evolved for the better or whatever, and I believe him, because why would he, you know, who is he lying to? This is like except himself. So I believe what the man say. He evolved for the better. He mean well. His actions don't support it sometimes, and I think that's where the disparity is. And I think it's a lot of reasons why that could be. You know, he could be dealing. Give big ups to Charlemagne. He could be dealing with mental stress. He could be dealing with some kind of mental health issue that he hasn't dealt with, that's causing him to not be the best person he can be. So I'm not gonna say that because I don't know. I don't know, but I know that you can't tell me that you want to do good, but you study doing bad. You just can't. Because now we need to figure out something, because that's an oxymoron. That's a conflict of interest. You can't be talking about, well, I want to do good, but you're doing bad. Like, you got to stop and just do it. And you know, all that other stuff, you can make up all the excuses in the world, but you know, your actions speak louder than your words. You can tell me you love me every day, all day. Every day, all day, you could be like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. But if I don't see it, feel it, if it ain't an act, if you ain't showing me you love me, then you just talking, you know. And I don't really know who, you know, some people get a kick out of that. Some people just want to hear it. I don't. I want to feel it. I want to see it. I want to know, you know. To me, you shouldn't have to tell me you love me. I should know for a fact that you love me because your actions support it. And that's just how I feel about that. And then, like, so that's a positive where he was able to take that situation, because, I mean, I'm going to be honest. After that happened with Gucci, his stardom and fame and everything went through the sky. He became, because, you know, not only did he, you know, become more relevant, people pay more attention to him, you had people like really like saying, man, Gucci a killer. Like, man, Gucci about that. And then, you know, you got a certain genre of people who just jumped on the bandwagon, probably never liked the music, but then when they found out, oh, he off somebody, and they always inspired to do that, or they always telling themselves to do that, they want to do that, then there could be a reason. So for whatever reason, he took that and it helped him blow up. Now, the bad part is something is going on inside this man to where he can't let that go. And he's not evolving past it or showing them a level of maturity to where, you know, he might be saying he let it go, but his actions kind of make me feel like you still have a grudge. You still holding on to some kind of something going on there. I don't know what it is, but it's your actions, because otherwise you wouldn't even entertain that. For instance, Jeezy, Now you could say, hey, well, he wasn't the one, but you know, like I said, you can't measure or weigh how a person emotions or how they feel. I don't know. You know, he might have really had love for that dude. I don't know. And you know, like you say, the family, children, whatever, could affect Jeezy. So I don't know how he is emotionally. That could be a sore spot for him. So that, you know, both of them benefited, and both of them have a lot of anguish and hurt and pain behind the situation. So it was a pleasure to see them together trying to do the verses and show that, hey man, everything cool. But they both need to expand, because at the same time, now after that happened, now you got the son of the brother who got killed. His son is doing videos and interviews and just a whole bunch of just craziness going on, because he had his little 2 cents to say, which he not wrong. I can't fault him, because you know that's his dad. So and one thing that everybody need to realize, at the end of the day, Jeezy and Gucci were really not victims. Gucci was a potential targeted victim, but he turned the tides, and God didn't have plans on him being a victim that day. God wanted him to do something else. So he went from being a victim to not being a victim. The true victim in all this is the son and the children of that boy. The parents and the family members, they the true victims. Lil Pookie Loke, or whatever his name is, he's the real victim. He the one who really suffering from the PTSD. He the one who really, like, you know, because from what I've heard in his little interviews and different people say, you know, he went from being active in sports and school to where he just stopped caring. So at the end of the day, the two millionaires, the two multimillionaires are not victims. They reaping the benefit of all this. The son is the victim. Now, I'm not saying that they need to go out and just shower the son with whatever. I'm not saying that, because I don't even know if giving him money and all that is going to even help, because if he ain't in the right state of mind, you can give him all the money in the world and it ain't going to really help. But I feel like Jeezy and Gucci Mane, if y'all hear this and y'all see this, Jeezy and Gucci Mane, the right thing to do would be for both of you brothers, in your own little way. I'm not telling you what to do or how to do it, but in your own little way, y'all need to do something. You don't have to give that boy no money. You don't have to give the family money if you don't want to, but maybe start a scholarship fund, maybe start some kind of program for kids, you know, symbolize. It could be symbolic that help, you know, in representation of the situation with you know, Pookie Loke or whatever, however that happened. You know, that's the true advantage we can take advantage of. We can take advantage of that situation and make something positive come out of it. And it don't have to necessarily be you giving somebody money and all that, but you can take that and make the best out of it. And I got a thing I like to tell people, and I believe in it. It's a motto. And, you know, if you can, you should. If you can, you should. Point blank. Because if you can and you don't, then what good are, you know what I mean? What good are you doing? If you can, you should. If you can help somebody, you should. If you can change your negative behaviors to positive behaviors, you should. If you can stop smoking, you should. If you can stop cursing, you should. If you can stop eating crazy and start eating better, you should. If you can help somebody, you should. And you two brothers are worth millions and millions of dollars. So you can, you should. If you can, you should. Point blank. I mean, I can't tell you how or what to do. If you can, you should. Jesus said he owned half of Atlanta. Cool. But if you own half of Atlanta and you're not really doing nothing to help nobody, you kind of like a Scrooge McDuck to me. And ain't nobody want to be no Scrooge McDuck. Having all that money and stuff is cool, and I commend you. But if you're not utilizing it to help nobody, I'm not impressed. It don't. I mean, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of getting all that money? So what? You can hoarder it and what you gonna bury it in the backyard? Like, if you can, you should help somebody. Now, if you say, hey, I own half of Atlanta and I only charge my tenants 50% of the market value rent, see, now I'm impressed. Because not only you looking out, because you helping people. And you still, take care of your business. I'm not saying don't take care of your business. I'm not saying just give all your money away. Don't do that. But if you have the ability to help people, you should. Warren Buffett, a lot of people doing that. Bill Gates, all of them, they're not just getting away their money. Don't get it twisted. Warren Buffett ain't just getting away billions and billions of dollars. But you know what? He's investing billions of dollars into different programs and stuff to help people. And same thing with Bill Gates, same thing with Oprah, same thing with different people. You helping. Puff Daddy doing the same thing. A lot of people doing it. Because if you can, you should. Now, for a lot of us, for most of us, we're trying to get to the point where we can. Once you get to the point where you can, you should. So that's just something to think about. Because even with, like I said, the true victim in all this is not Jeezy, is not Gucci Mane. They doing good. They done made millions and millions of dollars off all this. They done made you know what? They done made millions and millions of dollars off a whole bunch of foolishness. So I don't got no beef with that. You made it. It's cool. That's over with. We beyond that. Now what are we gonna do moving forward? And that's the whole question, And it seems like Jeezy might be a little bit further ahead with trying to help and do the right thing, or trying to give more than Gucci Mane. Not saying Gucci Mane isn't, because I don't know what Gucci's doing. I don't know. They might be doing more philanthropy type activities than Jeezy. I don't know, because everybody don't put their business out there. But regardless, what I do know is, if you can, you should. And if you're not, then that's where the problem is. And that need to be figured out. And it could be a lot of reasons why you're not doing that. Like Gucci Mane could be suffering from PTSD. Let me tell you something. PTSD is a serious situation. You don't have to be in a gunfight. It don't have to always be violence that ignite the PTSD. Sometimes PTSD can come from all kinds of stuff. You can come home one day and your spouse, mother, somebody, anybody could be in there dead from natural causes. Just nobody know. It had nothing to do with homicide or murder or no dramatic situation. They just passed away. You got 20-something-year-old people sometimes just fall out from heart attacks. Perfectly fine, healthy. So, and I'm going to tell you something. The person that found that person could be suffering from PTSD if they don't go and talk about it and deal with it or get help. And Gucci Mane could be going through that. Because I can't lie. Somebody try to kill me, just all kind of stuff, trials and tribulations in life. Hell, the man might be stressed out. He might really, going through some stuff. And so I don't fault him that. I don't fault him for, how he react and do it. Now, what I fault him for is not going to get help and trying to fix the problem. Because at the end of the day, we all just want happiness. That's it. Every human being on the planet wants happiness. Nobody wants, nobody. Even the ones who be around here claiming and professing that foolishness, they don't really want war. They want war because they're mad. But you can't be mad and happy at the same time. You can't be happy and you mad. You just can't. You either mad or you happy. Either or. And the people that's mad, they can be talking, yeah, let's kill everybody. I want war. Deep down inside, it's something that's created, something that's causing them to feel that way. Because that's just not a natural instinct. That's not a natural, They say that you got sociopaths and you got psychotic people that just beyond reasoning. Might be true, I don't know. But that's not the norm. The normal behavior is people want happiness. People want to be happy. That's why, you know what? That's why we love comedians so much. Out of all this COVID-19, nobody working but the comedians. The rappers ain't working. The R&B singers ain't working. The country people, nobody putting on shows. We watch The Voice. They doing The Voice virtual. Everything, all the entertainment stuff, they doing virtual. Even the sports, they doing it virtual. They barely letting people come in. The comedians is the first ones that got back to work. The comedians is balling right now. They doing tours. They figuring out a way, because guess what? At the end of the day, laughter and happiness, just people love it. And they'll support that. Look how quick we support that. Soon as the comedians open up doing tour, shows sold out. Even though social distancing, 6 feet, the place ain't packed, gotta be 6 feet tables, all that. I don't care. Hey, you gotta order. You know, you gotta just go ahead and rent the whole table, because you can't even, before you can go to the Improv and you ain't had to rent the whole table. Now you gotta rent the whole table to go to Improv. People say, I don't care. I rent the whole table. Just me and my wife. But I need to laugh. I need some happiness. Because everybody want happiness. At the end of the day, we all want happiness. We just now, trying to figure out how to get happiness is the question. And I think that the good side of this whole Jeezy versus Gucci battle was the fact that some good can come out of it if we move forward in that direction. Because it could go south. It could go south. You know, Jeezy could deep down inside feel some kind of way because Gucci did some real disrespectful stuff or whatever. Gucci could, you know, still feel some kind of way and just deep down inside want to, you know, because at the end of the day, Jeezy ain't finna sit up there and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill this dude. You know, he not gonna admit that. He gonna do it on the low because he don't want to go to jail for it. He got too much to lose. Same thing with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane ain't trying to lose everything. Even though deep down inside, as soon as he get an opportunity, he want to try to kill it, you know. So it could go south. It don't need to go south because the people, we don't need to promote that. We don't need to back that. That's foolishness. That's dumb. And ain't nothing good come out of that. If one of them brothers pass, nothing good comes out of that. And then Pookie Loc, the real victim, the Lil Pookie or whatever the son name, who is the real victim, because he was 13 years old when this happened. So he was at an age where he had a little bit of understanding, but he still was a kid. And, you know, you come home and find out your daddy got killed, and, you know, he the real victim. That's who we really need to be worried about and focused on and trying to help, you know. And like I said, I don't know. I don't think it's all about just giving him no money, because he may not be in the right state of mind for no money. You know, you give him $1 million and it could just be a waste. It just might be, because, you know, a fool in his money shall soon depart, and that's just the reality. And I don't know where he at, but I know that there's ways that something good can come out of this. Maybe some kind of scholarship program or some kind of program can be open to help somebody, and maybe seeing that could help him. Because sometimes, in my experiences, people who go through traumatic situations or who result to just being just the ignorant side of their personality and just decide, you know what, I'm finna get off the chain. A lot of times what happens is it's a cry for help. They really want out. They don't want to live like that. Like, man, I don't care who you gang bang with. You know why people start joining gangs and gang banging? Because they feel lonely. They feel left out. They want to be a part of something. And at that moment, the only thing that's available is the camaraderie, the comradeship from the gang. And they, you know, but at the end of the day, nobody, man, that's not normal. That's not normal for you to be wanting around to go around and kill and shoot and do all. That's just not normal. That's not a normal behavior. It's something that you would do, because if it was normal, you wouldn't have all them people coming back from the military who, when you go to war for your country during the military situation, like, that's the biggest excuse in the world. I get to go to Iraq and kill these people. I don't know nobody in Iraq. They strangers to me. All I know is they want to harm us, so I'm finna go over here. I get to kill them and I ain't gonna get in no trouble. Who the hell wouldn't want to do that? What? Why, you know how many times I've been the one to shoot somebody ass, I'm ride down the road, pull up to the stop sign or stop light and be one. I wish I could just pull the trigger. That's not a normal. Them people go over there, go to war in a righteous cause, fighting for us, fighting for your freedom, but they come back and be fucked up. PTSD, brain, because it's not normal for you to take a life. It's not normal for you to just be killing people and hurting people. That's just not normal. Hurting people is not normal. That's a reactionary thing. That's what you do in a reactionary basis. When you feel like you've been hurt, you try to hurt back. So that's reactionary. But, you know, that's not normal. That's not normal. That's not the normal way of your makeup, your being. It's just not normal. We were not created like that. But once again, you know, it's a lot of potential, positive potential can come out of this if it's handled right. If it's not just media food to foster and grow foolishness. So that's what we need to do. Because remember, the lesson of the day, if you can, you should. On any level, if you can, you should. If you can, you should. Now, you make the best out of that. Positive, negative, however you want to play it, but it don't change. If you can, you should. Me, I think it should apply to positivity. If you can do something good, you should. But with that being said, appreciate y'all tuning in. Continue to tune in. It's your boy J to the J Jones. Hopefully y'all appreciate this and it touched somebody, anybody. I don't care who it is. Like I said, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, if it's all right with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this podcast thing going, whatever. If you can, you should. Peace.